Hi, this is Lisa from Pivot 2 Solutions. Today we are going to be discussing how to set your data options in SmartView to optimize your solution. You can access your SmartView data options by clicking on the Options button on your SmartView ribbon on the top pane. Data options are the second set of options in our left-hand pane, and these control the way data pertaining to your members is displayed. Firstly, we have the Suppress Rows option, which allows you to streamline your data by hiding those items you don't need to view. If No Data Missing is selected, any row that does not have any data will be suppressed. This is a very good way to reduce the size of your grid. Do note though that if you have already retrieved a set of data that contains missing data and then turn on this option, you will need to zoom back out and in again for this option to activate. You can see here an example firstly with the missing data option not checked, and then after selecting it, the missing rows are now suppressed. The zero suppression is similar to the above in that it suppresses any data that is zero. Again, this will reduce the size of your data grid. The non-access item should not need to be used if your system has got security set up correctly. It will hide any data rows that you don't have access to view the results of. The repeated member option will only display the first instance of a repeated member and can make your page look a lot neater. In this example, you can see it has removed the duplicate entity and cost center members. The suppress columns works in the same way your row suppress functionality works. Moving on, the next section is the replacement options, which can be used to make your grid look a lot cleaner and presentable. The No Data Missing label is the default return from the database in a cell if there is no data. This doesn't look that clean or make it look easy to analyze. You can instead choose from the drop-down to include a dash instead, or choose your own override by clicking in the cell and changing this to something that is more relevant for your needs. In this example, I have used the word none to illustrate. Note that we never recommend overriding the data that is returned by simply typing over it with another number in the grid. We always recommend going back to your source data to confirm where there is an issue. You can learn more about this in our beginner's guide. Data that you do not have access to will return a value of #NoAccess. You can again update this to information that is more useful to your needs. I would recommend not changing to 0, as this could lead to confusion about the correct value of this member. It's always best to leave a comment that states the user does not have access to this information. When first setting up a new SmartView sheet, you may find the Navigate Without Data option useful, and this may speed up your operations. This option lets you navigate through without data being retrieved. Then, once you have your sheet ready, you can then turn this function off. Note though, this may speed up the process, but it may not provide insights as to where you have valid data intersections. You may find yourself in a situation where you are getting a constant error message when you are trying to refresh your data, and you are not sure why. This can be caused by a block of cells not having any values in the database. If you check the Suppress Missing Blocks and you then refresh your data, you will be able to see your results. We would always recommend having this option checked, as it will also speed up the performance of your database. So they are all your data options. Finally, you will again need to decide on whether the changes for data options are to apply to just this sheet, the default for all sheets, or for all sheets in the current workbook, which are all controlled from the bottom of your page. So there you have it, an introduction to the data options available to you in SmartView. If you have any further questions or feedback, please reach out to us via our website or YouTube channel, and we look forward to seeing you next time on our Pivot 2 tutorials.